Hello and welcome back to the Hey Coach podcast. What's up with people? Like, what's going on? Like, this time of the year, everybody just wants to start doing stuff, and I don't get it. And when I say I mean myself, Ryan Strickland, joined by Coach Paz, Tyler Pasley, and Coach Mike Langston here today for episode 13 of the Hey Coach podcast, which actually is a complete lie. This is Get Hot, episode number 2. With the holidays, we kind of lost track of time, and we don't have enough time tonight to film a full episode. So we're actually going to do episode 2 of Get Hot. Again, these are shorter episodes led by our very handsome and definitely not hanging out behind a Denny's coach, Tyler Pasley.
What?
You a lot of people say you look like you do. I'm setting the record straight and saying you don't.
I would never say that.
Yeah, neither of us
Like
would.
me personally, I would never say that. I have heard people say that.
Yeah, we haven't stopped people from saying that up until now.
So,
Today's
Josh Naylor, okay, 5 years to Seattle. Ain't that crazy? So today, I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy. That was I don't need that today.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do a little free agent tracker episode. Next episode, we're gonna have a little mock draft game where I build awful mock drafts or mock trades. Because Christian Campbell has been in trade rumors, and Ketel Marte has been in trade rumors. So
We're not doing that. Not today.
We're gonna build. No, not today. Not today. We're gonna do that when we're all in a better headspace. Okay, I don't think any of us need that today.
I'm good.
So-
I'll talk about Cattell getting out of that poverty franchise.
So as I said, the biggest pendulum to fall at the first one to fall, Josh
Mhm.
Naylor to Seattle, 5 years, $92.5 million with a full no trade. What are our thoughts on Josh Naylor returning to Sacktown?
My initial thought before I turn it over to Mike is, would it kill you or harm you in any way to be in the center of your screen?
Dude, I don't know how to do it.
Just look at the screen.
Yeah,
And-
but so my iPad has. Anyway,
It's insane, dude. It's nuts.
Dude, I don't know.
I think
It's not that
part
hard.
of- It's part of who I am, I think. Hold on, wait.
And no one likes that part of you. So I think we should just there we
There
go.
we go. There
All
we
right,
go.
there we go. All right, Langston.
I didn't have a setting clicked. That's on me.
Yeah,
Hands up.
Langston, take it away.
Yeah, Josh Naylor.
I think it's a great sign for the Mariners. A lot of times guys go there and it's like, we can't hit in Seattle. Nobody can hit there. And like he went there mid-season and he hit. And he was kind of a weird, like, he had kind of a weird year because he stole a ton of bags too, and he's like super slow. Like it was fun to watch him when he was in Arizona. I think that 5 years for what did he get, 92?
92.5. Full no trade.
Yeah, I think it was probably an overpay, like just
Really?
for I do, but I think that that's what you're having to do in general with some of these bigger free agents, and I think that like he signed so early that like one, he obviously loved it in Seattle, but two, I think that maybe him and his agent realized that it was like a bit of an overpay, and they're like, yeah, take, like, if you like it here and you like that money, like, take it. Because like I like going into the season, or the off season, I think I told you I had him at like a
50
between
mil, something
like
that.
I think I had him at like 15 mil a year. So I'm like, if it's
Yeah.
like a 5-year deal, I was like 75. I
Yeah.
think I was saying like 4 for like, maybe it was like 3 for 50 is what I said.
I think that's what you said.
And so I had him at like a 15 mil a year guy. I mean, the first base position isn't super valued anymore. I mean, we saw that with like Pete last year. And so I didn't think he'd push 100 mil, but hey, good for him. I like him. He's a good player. And he plays hard. He deserves it.
Yeah. Something to consider here, because I personally think it's a really good deal. I told Parsons, who is a avid listener and a Mariners fan, I told him I thought he'd get either 100 or a little bit over. I think he's a really unique profile. Like, I'm looking at his numbers from this year. He was a 20-30 guy. He
Mhm.
stole 30 stolen bases. Do you want to just take a guess? How many times did he get thrown out?
No, it was more than one. 5.
He got thrown out twice.
I was closer. I win.
30 for
Hey,
32.
Price is Right rules.
30 for
No.
32. He hit
You
299 in
win.
Seattle.
Oh,
He hit 299 in Seattle, 340 OBP, 490 slug. Actually slugged a little bit more in Seattle. I think it's a good deal. He's going to be 29 next year. One big question I have though, did Seattle get better or is this just run it back?
Oh, I think it's just running it back, but it's running it back, but for a whole season. Like
Yeah.
for years, all everyone's talked about with Seattle is like they have this just juggernaut pitching staff, but they can't
Yep.
get any hitters to stay there.
Yep.
So keeping him, I mean, it makes him better over 162, that's for sure.
Yeah. And he was something interesting too, speaking of hitters not wanting to go to Seattle. He actually was pacing significantly more home runs in Seattle than Arizona. He hit 11 homers in Arizona in 93 games. He hit 9 and 54 with Seattle. So it'll be interesting to see if the power numbers can stay or maybe even get a bump up next year. But I think it's a good deal.
He was I feel like he was over 300 on his batting average with the Diamondbacks, though. I feel like he
hit 292,
okay.
292, and then 299 with Seattle actually. So
Yeah,
I mean, he was essentially the same guy, just a little bit more juice.
he's a hitter, man. He's a good hitter.
Yeah. Strick, anything else to add there on Naylor?
he made Garrett Cole feel bad about himself, so I'm a fan. I'm glad he got the money. I think he'll be one of those guys that is just kind of always doing something for the next few years. I think he's very much a guy who's built to produce at a level that people are always talking about him. You know, sometimes guys, you know, are just spotty. I think Naylor can probably be a consistent guy. For Seattle, like it's funny that you said, does it make them better or is it just running it back? I agree with Mike that it's running it back for a full year. So I think it is going to make them better. I think you get a guy like that who's just kind of has that little bit of psycho about him, and you get him in the clubhouse for a full year and you let him kind of cement himself as a voice for that team. I think it ultimately makes them better.
Yeah. The clubhouse piece, I think, is really big there.
Yeah.
So for the qualifying offers, this was a historic year in terms of guys accepting the qualifying offer. We're going to touch on one very heavily because I need to end some rhetoric that I'm seeing on Twitter from buffoons. But
shout out Dalton.
Trent Grisham, Gleyber Torres, Brandon Woodruff, and Shota Imanaga all accepted the qualifying offer. I don't remember the exact statistic, but it was something of like, of the 180 guys that have been offered the qualifying offer, like 20 of them have accepted and 4 of them were this year, something crazy. I think part of that is the lockout. We're going to touch on that for sure in another episode, and I want to have a deep dive on that, so let's not cross that bridge now. But to touch on Shota, since I'm a Cubs fan, I think this is an interesting move for Shota because he turned down, I think it was 3 extra years and $57 million. However, I get why he turned it down. There is a lockout looming. If there is a lockout, he can go home and go pitch in Japan again. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's beloved there. He was a star there. He has been very good as a Cub for 2 years. Like to me, this made perfect sense for both sides. Cubs give him a little bit of a pay bump in terms of the AAVs at $22 million. It's just one more year. If there's a lockout, he gets to go back home. If not, you can reevaluate where you're at. He's a fan favorite. He's beloved in the clubhouse. The strikeout numbers were lower this year and the walks were a little bit higher, but I think he still finished with like a 370 ERA, so very solid. But the rhetoric that I was seeing is that the Cubs didn't expect him to accept the offer, but they offered it anyway because they didn't expect it. Jed Hoyer and the nerd Carter Hawkins, that is his right-hand man, are not going to operate that way. This is a big league organization. They are well run. This isn't the Angels. This makes
hold on a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no. We're gonna talk about Anthony Rendon, okay?
No. Here's what happens. Like, I think that a lot of teams offer this qualifying offer because they don't expect the people to take it, because they want the draft pick that's attached to it.
Sure.
Right?
But
I think that maybe in this case it wasn't like, oh, we think he's like, they probably could have just taken it or left it. Like, they're like, yeah, let's give him the qualifying offer. Like, if he accepts it, great. We'll have him back for the 1 year, and like, he can go to Japan if there's a lockout. But also, if he doesn't accept it, like, someone's going to sign him, and we're going to get a comp pick.
Sure.
Like,
well, let me rephrase then. The rhetoric I was seeing is that like the Cubs were like beyond shocked and didn't want him back. It's like, I just don't think that's true, because Jed is screaming to the moon that he wants pitching. Shota he's a familiar face. He's beloved in the clubhouse. It's 1 year, 22 mil. Like, it makes perfect sense. I think it's a good ad. We need to add more. But do you guys have any other thoughts on the Shota coming back to the Cubs move? Because I love it personally, but I'm a huge Shota fan.
No, I mean, clearly they wanted him back, or else they wouldn't have offered him an extension.
Right.
I think it's just one of those things where, like, business-wise, for a lot of these teams, it makes sense to offer the qualifying offer, and it's like, if they come back on a 1 year deal, like, the saying is like, no such thing as a bad 1 year deal. So it's like the Grisham thing. Like, I don't think anybody really expected Grisham to take the qualifying offer, but he does, and it's like, okay, well, if he comes back, like, we run it back for 1 year, and we just let it go. Like, if we don't like it after the 1 year, we let you walk after that. There's no pick attached to you. I think they thought he might take like a 2 or 3 year deal elsewhere for like more guaranteed money, like down the road, like more lump sum.
Grisham or Shota?
Grisham. Like, I don't think the Yankees necessarily were like sold on having him back, which is why they offered him the qualifying offer. I think they thought he would probably like go get like a 3, like a 3 for 45 or something elsewhere, where it's like the total value is more than the 1 for whatever it was, 21 or 22.
Yeah.
But
if I'm
Shota, I think is great. I think it's great for the Cubs.
If I'm Strick, I am just in love that the Yankees are paying Trent Grisham $22 million. He's had 1 good year hitting, and if you look at his numbers, boy, kind of an ugly 30-homer season. And he's a wizard defensively, but like, if I'm a Red Sox fan, or he has been, I didn't look that up before. They're not, or if they don't bring back Cody Bellinger, if they don't go get a Kyle Tucker, and they just, in Grisham is their only outfield ad, like, if I'm a Red Sox fan, I am so thrilled. Strick, how do you feel about Grisham potentially being the everyday center fielder for your Yankees?
He's a bad guy. I heard he jaywalks. Avid jaywalker, and mainly, I think, if he stays in New York, I mean, good for them. Bad city, bad guy, kind of a good fit. But no, I mean, all things considered, I hope he sees a lot of success, and I hope nothing but good things for him and his family.
Trent Grisham
doesn't matter.
Trent Grisham, -2 outs above average last year.
Yeah, bad.
Oh, interesting.
Bad guy.
32nd percentile, 27th percentile arm value as well. Weak arm.
Interesting.
I think he had one, like, he came up as like a defensive wizard when he was in San Diego, right?
Well,
he came up with San Diego?
Came up with Milwaukee.
Or Milwaukee, and then over to San Diego, right?
Yeah, and he was a animal in center for San Diego.
Well, not to go off on it.
Sorry, I'm going through his Savant page right now. His first, like, it looks like his first 3 years, came up in 19 for a little bit, and then he
Yeah.
was full year 2020, 99th
Yeah.
percentile,
Yeah.
21, 91st, 22, 99th, 23 is also 92, and then in 24 he drops back to like middle of the pack, and
Interesting.
then
Okay.
drops off even more in 25. So
Gotcha.
Isn't
was
it?
he hurt in 24?
Not that I
Mhm.
remember. I know he was a bad baseball player in 24.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
is-
maybe he was up and down because he hit 190 in 2024. So that's
Yeah.
good.
It's a great deal for the Red Sox. But Strick, go ahead.
Yep.
Well, isn't it a thing where the Yankees just they don't care about defense? Like they
Yeah, well,
just
they don't
have
care about
they just have
fundamentals.
many guys that are just like, you're super talented and you'll probably do something for us offensively. So we'll just hope that outweighs the negative on the defense. So like, if there is a team where Trent Grisham can just kind of live off hitting and not really care about what happens in center, is it not the Yankees?
It is. It's a scary equation. And speaking of that, do you guys remember when Jason Dominguez was like kind of raking in spring training, but he was like running circles around baseballs in left field?
Yeah.
Like just couldn't
Yeah,
fly ball.
couldn't catch a cold if he was locked in a freezer, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but again, they see success, right? Like they had their postseason run this year. Everybody wants to say, oh, they lack fundamentals, which may be true, but like they're making it work somehow, which as a Red Sox fan pains me to say, but like, yeah, I don't think Trent Grisham is too concerned about how good of a center fielder he is if they're going to keep throwing him back out there just because he gets 3 or 4 at bats a game.
I don't think Trent Grisham cares about his defense because he's making $22 million next year.
Yeah.
I
And
know he doesn't care about the rainforest. I asked him to donate and he said no. So bad guy.
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Let's so there was
Good
there
mustache
was
though. Sorry, good mustache.
Oh, you're good. There was the Orioles Angels trade, which was Taylor Ward for Grayson Rodriguez. I really don't want to touch on that much because I think that is a situation where Grayson Rodriguez's medicals looked so bad that the Angels are just like, let's take a shot on him, and Taylor Ward has 1 year of control left, so it's really there's not a losing situation there for the Angels because Ward had 1 year of control left. So
yeah, like if Gray Rod becomes who people thought he could be, I mean, he's like a top 5 Cy Young guy.
Yeah,
and like you're getting 4 years of control of him.
Yeah. But I think the issue, like with the reason that Orioles are willing to get rid of him, he hasn't thrown a pitch in the MLB, I think, since 2024. And I know he threw this spring training, and his velo was like all the way down to the upper 80s. Like I think the medicals are bad, and I think that's why the Orioles are just like, well, we're okay to do this because we need a right-handed power bat and a lefty-heavy lineup.
I have a question for you, and it's because I heard something about it the other day, and it was about this trade, and it's like, let me pose a question to you.
Yeah.
If the Brewers make that trade for Grayson Rodriguez,
I'm terrified.
You're terrified, right?
Yeah.
I think it's because it's the Angels and like their history and their like bad moves that they have made, including Rendon. Like, I think people are just like, they're scared off the Angels. And like, to me, like you said, it's like, this is a no lose for the Angels because he can either be great or you non-tender him down the road.
Yeah.
Call
or
it a
you
day.
just hold him for the 4 years and just hope he throws a pitch eventually. Because it really is. I don't know what Taylor Ward's getting paid, but I know he's coming off a career year homer wise. I think he hit 36 last year. Like you get those ARB dollars off the books, and you just take a shot on a guy that has only been really good when he's been healthy. But the move I want to get to, because this one hits close to home. The Arizona Diamondbacks have brought back James McCann on a 1 year, $2.75 million deal. Langston, the floor is yours, buddy. Strick, we're not saying a word. You get 1 minute of rhetoric. Go.
Dude, I have been so sick of watching that bum. Like, dude, Jose Herrera is not a Major League Baseball player. Gabby gets hurt Jose Herrera is the starter, and we bring in James McCann to back him up, and all he does is go out and just drop bombs and fix Zach Gallen. Like, where has this guy been, and why were we still continuing to only play him twice a week? So I'm glad that we finally decided to DFA Jose Herrera, let James McCann be the backup catcher, and then bring him back. I think he's great for the pitching staff, and I think he's great in that clubhouse because overall that clubhouse is super young. And so having a guy with that much big league experience and that many big league innings behind the plate, I think is huge. I'm done.
It's a really good minute. It's a really good minute.
And that was
Jose
talking
Herrera's
James
a
McCann
bum.
with Michael Langston.
Yep.
So actually, on the same day, the Cubs brought in Phil Maton on a 2-year deal. This is very Jed Hoyer-like to bring in a reliever with big strikeout numbers who throws 93. That's been one of my biggest pet peeves of the Cubs bullpen is we don't really have a guy that just comes and blows gas at guys. Like, we don't have Justin Martinez who throws a billion and just doesn't know where it's going. Like, Daniel Palencia throws like 100, 101, but he's a strike thrower. But Phil Maton, he's actually an Illinois guy. I played against his brother. His brother has had some time with the Phillies. His brother was a really good college player. It'd be cool to see him have success. But Phil Maton, it's a good move. He's like 33, 34 years old, doesn't throw hard, but gets some really ugly swings because he throws 93, 94 cut ride with a goofy, like slurvy kind of curveball. So I think it's a good move. I don't love paying relievers, but
We know.
it was like $12 million, so I'll take it. But this
14
I
and a
think
half.
is okay. Yeah, that's not bad then. 2 big trades happened. Where did we feel about Marcus Semien for Brandon Nimmo? How did we feel about that? Kind of an interesting one for one that you don't see a ton. Did it move the
Dude,
needle?
I don't.
Did it move the needle at all?
It feels so like David Stearns came from the Brewers.
Yep.
The Brewers were all about run prevention. Semien fits the bill of run prevention. Meh. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think maybe you get to a point where, like, you're kind of, like, a core gets kind of tired also. Like, Nimmo's been with the Mets. You've had that
Since
Mets
2011.
core of Nimmo and, like, Alonso. And I'm not saying that they're going to, move on from Alonso. I'm sure they want him
Yeah.
back. But, like,
Yeah.
I think at some point it's like you want to, he's probably thinking he wants to shore up his infield defense. He's got to be thinking that because Simeon's bat has done nothing but regress the last 2 years.
Yep.
Apparently there's some like weird beef between like Jeff McNeil and Francisco Lindor that like has come out over the last couple weeks. So
Yeah.
maybe you get a little bit of, a little bit more cohesion up the middle. I don't know. If he doesn't want to pay pitchers, I guess he better have guys that can play defense.
Yeah. To me, I really like both these guys. Like, they're just kind of like ball players. Nimmo routinely plays like 150 games a year, so does Semien. Nimmo is still hitting, but his defense has taken a hit because I think he's had some hip injuries, if I remember correctly. Semien had the crazy year that got him paid, and then he's kind of just been okay. Like, I don't know that contract ages super well.
Elite defender.
Yeah, elite defender.
What I did hear is because I think it's how many years of Nimmo was it? Because he's still.
I think it's 4 more years, isn't it?
It's like 4 more years, and I think it's only a couple for Semien, right? It's like 2 more years on that contract.
I think it's 2, and then I'm looking right now. ESPN's website's awful.
So what I heard was that this may have been a move to, free up some future money to maybe make a run at like a Kyle Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're freeing up
sense.
money, like if that's the case, then yeah, because I would argue that Semien is an upgrade over McNeil at second base, and then Kyle Tucker's an upgrade over just about anybody in the outfield,
Yeah.
offensively for sure. So
So,
if that's the move, then like, yeah, for the Mets, that makes total sense.
Simeon has 3 years left, by the way, and Nemo has 5 years left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Rangers are trying to get younger too. I think that
Yeah.
like they're realizing that their window is closing and they're trying to get younger.
Yeah, I think we covered that one fine. That didn't really move the needle much for me either. So moving to the old Motown Blue Sox. The Red Sox got Sonny Gray from the Cardinals, who
Give me
I
my minute. Okay, here we go. Nope.
Nope,
Nope.
hold on.
He's
I don't
got to
need-
say the
I
other
gotta
side
add-
of the trade.
Yeah, I gotta add context.
Doesn't matter. We win.
The Red Sox gave up a bucket of sunflower seeds and a half-empty bucket of Bubbaloo. Okay, this is a great move for the Red Sox. I'm a big Sonny Gray guy. Strick, your minute starts now.
I am so excited for the first series against New York because we have a staff of guys who hate that city, hate the people who inhabit it. Shout out John Rocker. Okay. And they want nothing more than to pitch 9 innings against the Yankees. Garrett Crochet, certified psychopath. Okay. All he wants to do is pitch in those big games. Now we're adding Sonny Gray, who today came out and said he's very happy to be in a place where it's easy to hate New York. I mean, it's awesome. I think this has been a very big day for me. One, because I can smell my wife downstairs cooking chorizo, and that's going to be a pretty big move for dinner. But then two, we added Sonny Gray, who I've always liked. I've always thought he was fun. And yeah, he's just kind of bringing that new little bit of FU energy that the Red Sox seem to be developing.
Good minute. I love this trade. I've always been a Sonny Gray guy. I do one thing that's interesting though, and I'm curious on your thoughts, Rick. Breslow has said that they need to bring in a number 2 starter.
Mhm.
Sonny Gray is coming off a year where he struck out I think it was 201 batters.
Mhm.
He had a 4.3 ERA. He was somewhere in the four. It was low fours. I still think, and Sonny Gray is getting older, but he's a very solid pitcher. Is he the answer to this number 2 starter thing, you think? Or is there more to do? Because internally, it's not coming.
So here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to go get Dylan Cease, and he was going to be our number 2. I thought it was going to be like Cease Crochet, or Crochet Cease, sorry. So I was just kind of banging on that. Sonny Gray coming in, I don't know if he's a number 2 right now. I think he could be, but would I be upset if they go get somebody else and then all of a sudden he's our 3? Or maybe some of these young guys, like, how do you say his last name? Peyton?
Totally. Yeah, Peyton Toley.
Like, if
Yeah.
he just comes out and shoves and he's our number 2, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just traded away that Conley kid.
Connolly
so,
early.
like, yeah. So, like, he's no longer in the equation, but, like, could he be the number 2? Yes. Do I think there's a better answer for 2 out there? I mean, yeah. Like you said, he's getting
Jordan
older.
Montgomery.
No, you keep him. We'll take Cattell, though.
We don't have him.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Whatever. Okay. The viewers already know I don't know where guys are right now. I'm like Charles Barkley. But no, truly, like, if Sonny Gray goes in as our number 2 to start the year, I won't hate it. Do I expect him to stay as our long-term number 2? No, like, things could happen. You know, they could call up Langston, offer him a 1 year. No such thing as a bad 1 year.
So speaking of Dylan Cease, 7 years, $210 million to the Blue Jays. I did not think that he would be a $200 million man. He's coming off a year where he was at times insufferable to watch. I don't know how many Dylan Cease starts you guys watched, but he was a Cubs draft pick, and I've always liked Dylan Cease, and I never wanted them to trade him. He strikes out a billion guys. Like, he has elite stuff, but he had a 4.5 ERA, and the Blue Jays paid him $210 million for 7 years. What are our thoughts there? This is interesting for the Blue Jays because that tells you, hey, we ain't done, which I think is awesome. But
let me ask you this:
it's a lot of money for a guy with a 4.5. Go ahead, Strick.
What was your ERA last year?
Oh,
0.
All right, we're not going to do that.
Exactly. Okay. So they should be paying you. Didn't give up a run all year.
Let me give my Dylan Cease take because I'm a Dylan Cease truther. I love I love the predictive stats. I love the peripheral stats. They love this guy. Like FIP loves this guy because he strikes out a billion. His stuff plays. He has electric stuff. I do think it's an overpay, but I think that's because the Blue Jays, like, you have to overpay to get guys up there for a number of reasons. One, it's in Canada. And two, it's in Canada, and the income tax in Canada is like 50%. It's crazy. So I think if he had signed somewhere in the States, I thought that his market value, I thought he'd get like 5 to 7 years because they're paying pitchers now. Like, that's just what pitchers are getting. And I thought he was more in the range of like 185, maybe over 7 years. So, I mean, like, we're talking, 30 million or so. Difference. But I think a lot of that is like, Toronto's probably sick of losing out on guys. And they wanted to get their guy, and they got him. I do think that as far as like what their next move is, though, like I think it's like, I know that they're a Tucker team, like they're in on Tucker. But I think it's either going to be Bichette or Tucker. Like, there's no like getting them both. So, but yeah, like I think it's a good move for them. I think that, like, I mean, the year before Robbie Ray went there and won the Cy Young, I don't think he had a great year. They've had excellent luck signing guys to contracts and like having them perform. And so, like, is it luck, or is their like pitching lab really good? Because they have now Cease. They had Robbie Ray win a Cy Young up there. Gossman's contract is like, he's getting to the end of it. It's been one of the best contracts in baseball. You had the Bassett Hound this year, who was pitching out of the bullpen in the playoffs, but he was solid all year. Savage, my God,
nasty.
Like, that guy's going to be a problem. I think that, like, they've got a good track record of signing guys to contracts and having them come up there and perform. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up there and they unlock something and he's like perennial for like the next 3 or 4 years, like perennial Cy Young 5. Like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me one bit because the stuff is there.
Yeah, and I think the thing with, like, you touched on it with Robbie Ray, I think they might unlock something because, like, if you look at the peripherals, his stuff was fantastic. The only thing that I think it was the slider that got hit a little bit more this year than normal, but like, he's probably going to strike out 250 guys. Like, he's in a rotation where they have Savage, who is looking like he might be an ace. Gausman has been a 1 or a 2. Barrios, who you didn't even mention, was not on the World Series roster, but like, he had a slightly over 4 ERA. Like, their rotation's nasty. It might be the best in the AL East, but like, it is a good deal. I do think so. It is crazy that he got 210 still, but I want to ask both of you this: is Cease the highest paid pitcher this free agency? So Ranger Suarez is out there, Framber Valdez is out there, but he's kind of got the character thing going around because he obviously crossed his catcher up. Like, is he the highest paid pitcher this offseason?
Yeah,
I think so.
Do you think it's close? Because I agree, but do you think Framber gets close? Because I think he's probably the only other one.
If there's a team
he's
that needs him
older,
bad enough.
Framber's older. also. I think Framber's 32,
Yeah.
which is going to
Old.
affect that total value. I don't know, dude. It could get close. I mean, Framber's good. He's very, very good.
Yeah.
I guess, like, dude, something that isn't talked about with Cease that we didn't hit on, though, and I'd like to hit on it, is in the last 5 years, he's made 32 or 33 starts in every single
Yeah.
season. He
Yep.
posts. And, like, what starting pitcher can, like, say that?
Yeah.
So, like, that's important, too. Like, you got a guy that you know every fifth day is going to take the ball. Pretty much since he's been up. Like, since he's been full-time in the big leagues, it's been 32, 32, 33, 33, 32 starts.
Yeah.
He hasn't posted a season in the last 5 years of less than 165 innings.
Yeah.
I
Elite
mean,
durability guy.
yep, he's
And
going to be...
And with the explosive stuff he has, it's just not heard of now.
Yeah, I mean, just this last year, 168 innings, which is on the low end for the last 5 years, 215 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
So
I think we
there's
got-
two.
I think we
Go
got. Well, I was gonna say I think we got time for like one or two more. We're at
Say we- yeah, so
36.
There's two more deals I want to touch on, but we can package them together because they're both relievers. So Ryan Helsley, 2 years, $28 million to my Baltimore Orioles, never a doubt. And then Devin Williams, 3 years, 50 to the crosstown rival New York Mets, but he's going back home to David Stearns. What are our thoughts here? Because the Helsley deal, I think, is a no-brainer. He was awful for the Mets, but his stuff rated out just as good as it was with the Cardinals. And I think it's something the Orioles absolutely needed to do. The Devin Williams one, I think, is really interesting because I hate paying relievers, and especially one that wasn't good last year. But where are you guys at on these two signings?
Devin Williams, good guy. Good guy. Went into New York, didn't perform for him. Got them to change a integral pillar of their organization, and then bounced. So I like him. I think he's a good guy. Ryan Presley, that was the other one.
Who balls?
Helsley.
Helsley.
Ryan Helsley.
Ryan Helsley, sorry. Pretty nasty on MLB The Show 24. He had a card that was just fucking gross. I like him. I just, when it comes to pitchers, I might have a different take than you guys. I feel like pitchers are they're just passed around so often, and they're just such common pieces of trades and free agency and all that it's so much fun watching these guys go from place to place and see how they do differently. Because like there's a world where Devin Williams comes out next year and finds the same stuff that got him popular. Remember when he first came up and was throwing his changeup and everyone was like, "What is this devil magic?" Like there's a chance that happens. So like I like watching pitchers move around. I like seeing them how their career develops. So I'm excited. I'm always excited when big name pitchers go somewhere new.
Yeah, Helsley, I think the deal's like right on par with what I would expect. The thing is, like, dude, if he goes to New York and he balls out in the second half of the season, like he's probably looking at 20 mil a year. Like he's looking at like a Hader deal or like an Edwin Diaz deal, because prior to that he had been so electric. Like he led the league in saves one year. Had like over 50. Like, I mean, he's been electric for his whole career, and so I think that kind of falls right in line. I kind of agree with what Strick said about Devin Williams. Like, if they can, get him back to the form he was in Milwaukee, like the deal becomes worth it, and you're paying less than you've been paying Edwin Diaz for what could potentially be a really, really good closer. I mean, 2020 Rookie of the Year. I know 2021.
He's 21.
Okay. Yeah, no, because 2020 was Jonathan. Was India 20 or was he 19?
Jonathan India was 19, I know for a fact.
So then I think Williams was 20. Also, people forget Devin Williams, America's closer in the WBC.
Yep.
That's got to mean something.
Williams was 20.
Okay. Yeah, so I think like it could be really bad. Like it could be a really bad deal. But like if he even just gets back to what he was in Milwaukee, like that deal looks great because they were already paying Edwin Diaz $20 million a year, and so if they can plug someone in who's making what's he gonna make like 16, 17 mil a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 mil a year. Like
Yeah.
if you can get the same level of production out of someone and pay them $3 million less a year, then to me that makes sense. That's just good math.
India was 21, by the way. I had to double check that because 19 was his following year. That's so. Yeah.
I lost. I'm a little off today. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe I've lost my fastball. Some people are saying I've lost my fastball.
Well,
Nah,
some are
dude,
saying
your
that about
brain-
Devin Williams last year.
Man, you're fine, Mikey. You probably just got like a clog in your brain or something.
I want to touch on something Strick said real quick. Strick hit the nail on the head that I actually do not think has been covered enough about him signing with the Mets. He gets traded to the Yankees, absolutely throws a fit about how he can't pitch without his beard, is not good. They changed the rule, this stupid rule, in my opinion, of, you guys can't have facial hair, and then goes, I'm going to go across the street, actually, and I'm going to get paid a lot more.
He's this generation's Jacoby Ellsbury, but Jacoby Ellsbury didn't go anywhere afterwards.
Right. It's insane. I'm shocked that hasn't been covered more, because that was such a big deal at the beginning of the season, and then he goes to the crosstown rival. But I think you guys hit the baseball stuff on the head, so I don't have anything to add there. But
it's like a guy transferred from Best Buy and says, "Hey, I ain't wearing red." And then they're like, "Fine, wear blue." And he's like, "All right, I'm going to Kinko's." Like Devin Williams went in there and dismantled that organization, and he's just like, "See ya." Love that for him. Good guy, known good guy.
Hey, I know those were the last couple you want to talk about, but I saw that is it Cody Ponce or Ponce? I think that is fun. Like he left, went to the KBO. Like from all accounts, like just balled out over there in the KBO. And the Blue Jays are bringing him back over. They signed him 3 for $30 today.
Oh, I didn't see that on ESPN's thing. Do you know who the Cubs traded for Cody Ponce? Cody Bellinger.
Oh, really? See? There's something there.
Yeah. That is fun. We are running a little long, so we can talk about that next episode. 30 seconds, though, because I think this is hilarious, and this is so Angels. Alek Manoah got an MLB contract today. $2 million. Hasn't thrown a pitch in the MLB since 2024.
Hey, listen. Grayson Rodriguez, fresh. They're fresh.
That's disgusting.
I mean, if the Angels want to sign guys that don't do anything, I'm right here. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, what are we doing? Alek Manoah has had a historic fall off, is somewhat of a not a nice guy, and they're just like, yeah, man, whatever. Come on over. The Rockwall's cool. We're right down the street from Disney. Get you some mouse ears, whatever, man.
I will say though, I will say I'm excited about the staff they got coming in though. In Anaheim, Suzuki. You're not a Kurt Suzuki guy. You're not a Mike Maddox guy.
I like
nothing
Suzuki.
Against those guys. Yeah, nothing against those guys.
You know who their bench coach is?
We're not like.
Come on, let's talk about it. 2 seconds.
All right,
Two seconds. John Gibbons. They brought over John Gibbons from Baltimore.
Okay, yeah, I remember him.
Do you know who their first base coach is? Snakes legend, first base coach.
Oh, Matt Cata.
Mark Grace.
Alex
Adam
Citron.
Eaton.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I remember seeing that. That's
Dude.
right.
I might, if the Snakes trade Ketel Marte, I might become an Angels fan, dude. I don't know. I might go full.
Okay.
Yeah,
I might
dude.
go off the deep end.
I might change my loofah out for a cheese grater, but like bad decisions don't need to happen. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I like my skin where it is. Maybe you should just enjoy a team in the desert. Great
That feels
chaos.
like that wasn't. That feels like that was a stretch of a comparison, but
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Name the last time you
First
saw
off,
an Angels fan smile.
Just for I haven't. Just for a quick accident, you would be an Angels fan, but not. We are both noted Sacramento Athletics fans. You
Sac
would.
fan.
You would. Yeah. What are we talking about? Mark Kotze is electric.
I do
Okay.
like Mark Kotze.
Jacob Wilson.
Listen,
Winslow Clark
we all.
can't hit,
Here's
but
the
he's
thing.
making
Here's the
freak
thing.
catches.
Listen, man. Anybody that listens to this podcast knows that if the Snakes trade Ketel Marte, I'm gonna become a Brewers fan.
That's
so.
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
baby.
Yeah, that's
Like,
like
Speaking of
Listen. Yeah. Oh, say something.
Speaking about the Sacramento A's, the Las Vegas Aviators have their home opener when we are in Vegas in March. I say we go. Good ballpark, bad fans.
Has you coming?
No, I'll be in Sacramento for their home opener.
Dude, come on. Come get some casino crab legs with your boys.
No.
Yeah. You know who else is coming to Vegas?
My dad.
Mm-hmm. Not who I was going to say, but we can talk about it off air. But yes, your dad. And we're going to eat casino crab legs.
Shout out Larry.
Shout out Larry.
Vietnam couldn't get him. Neither could prostate cancer. That dude's a machine.
Okay. Those were the only moves I had on my tracker. I missed the Cody Ponce deal. We'll touch on that next episode. Strick, you want to take us home?
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Rounding third and heading home, we have the Hey Coach podcast. We want to thank you for listening, enjoying this episode of Get Hot, which of course ran long. We just, we can't do anything half-ass. I'm Ryan Strickland, joined as always by our master of ceremonies for Get Hot, Coach Tyler Pasley, and our residential bad boy, Coach Michael Langston. We want to thank you guys for listening. You can listen to us on Spotify podcasts. You can find us on YouTube at the Hey Coach podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we love you.
Resubscribe.
Yep, subscribe. We love you, Tyler Whitehat. Okay, shout out Tyler, our number one fan. Langston, you got anything?
Go Jacks.
Oh, you know what? Shout out Coach Flo for winning his first Fall World Series. Speaking of Go Jacks, shout out Coach Flo.
Coach Flo did win his first Fall World Series. We will be figuring out how to upload those streams to the Hey Coach YouTube.
Will we?
Maybe over winter break.
There we go.
When we have some time.
There we go. Alrighty.
Keep an eye out for those. Those were fun. They were electric. You can watch me get really mad in Game 2.
Yep. Alrighty. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
Love you.